Hello, everyone, and welcome to my session. And I will be presenting what I did for my capstone in my college. From lost to local in the heart of Calgary, mastering the plus 15 maze. So, Calgary is a beautiful city which is located in the Alberta province of Canada. And if you are wondering what is plus 15, no worries. I will tell you as we progress through the slides. So, the problem I would like to share a frustrating experience of mine that gave me the idea to start this project. A friend of mine invited me to a coffee chat that he was organizing. I was supposed to reach there at 9 a.m. The name of the room that I had to go to was called Open Learning Lab. Now, Open Learning Labs, this was the address. It was in Bow Square, Tower 2, 4th floor. This is the building where Open Learning Labs is situated. So I got off from the train, opened Google Maps, searched for Open Learning Labs, and started walking. But there were some problems that I had to go through with this route. So for those of who you don't know that Calgary receives a lot of snow each year, and temperature can go as low as minus 40 degrees Celsius. That day, I had to walk through the snow and get my shoes dirty and wait on these annoying traffic signals. Now the city of Calgary has spent a huge deal of money on plus 15. Coming back to the question, what is plus 15? It is a series of walkways like indoor bridges connecting many of the downtown buildings. Imagine being able to walk from one building to another without having to go outside, even in the middle of winter. It's like a huge maze that people use to stay warm and dry as they move throughout the city. It's super long. The plus 15 stretches across downtown for more than 16 kilometers. And why is it called plus 15? Because it's 15 feet above ground. Here is another route that I could have took using the plus 15 in downtown. I could have easily enjoyed warmer routes, no waiting on those traffic signals, and I could have enjoyed local businesses as I walked through these buildings. But there was just one more problem that I had to face, and this one was the most frustrating of all. Google Maps left me hanging outside the entrance of the building, and I still had to make my way to Open Learning Labs. But you know what happened? I got lost. Despite of asking for directions, I took all the wrong turns, and I was going into wrong elevator sections, wasting 25 minutes of my time. I was rescued by the indoor navigation system of that building. Now, how awesome it could have been if Google Maps had extended their functionalities to include indoor routes from these buildings, plus 15 routes, along with the Google Maps route. I could have easily, if this will help us to locate these indoor navigation kiosks to navigate any space within the building, and also the shops and businesses which are located in the publicly accessible areas. Now, enough of the problem. Let's talk about the solution that we made using Neo4j for managing our graph data, Mapbox for map functionalities, and 3JS for 3D interactions and route visualizations. I would switch over to my demo now. I will now try to traverse from an entrance of the building to subway, which is located in another building. This is the route that it generates. And these are the 360 3D images that we are using for indoor navigation. It generates your sequence of these 3D images, and all you have to do is next, next, next. Keep on following these 3D images. You go through these stairs, and you also go through these plus 15 bridges inside. One of the reasons why we are using 3D images is that it's very intuitive. You keep on walking, and there you go. You've reached subway. And for the nodes that we created, the nodes hold these key and value pairs. We are having image link, which points to the S3 bucket that we have created. Then we have some other values, and then IDs and the point type for storing the 3D coordinate. For adding a data node, this is the query that I use. For this query, how do we add a node can be explained over here. We can add nodes by just simply clicking on the map. And for a better visualization, we have created these building and 3D models, which will visualize our Neo4j graph data structures in a 3D world. Each of the nodes, when I click on the edit node option, it gives you the name, longitude, latitude, and the height value that we are storing. If I change the height value, it will also change in the real time. Therefore, a better visualization. I'll just switch back to the original. And also, I can view the 360 image, 3D image that I've stored in this node. Now, for creating a relation, we are using this query. We match the nodes that we want to create a relation between, and we create a relation by this query, cipher query. So let's say you make one node over here and another over here, and then you can easily select and create a relation like this. Wrong relation here. Yes. And let's say if I create another node over here, I edit node, I give it a height value of 5. When I'm connecting these two nodes, it will create relation in the 3D world. And for the path finding, I'm using shortest path algorithm function that is within the Neo4j database. It uses the A-star pathfinding algorithm. So whenever I click over here from telesky entrance to whatever my destination is, all of these nodes are chosen from the shortest path algorithm. We also happen to test out our app by going in downtown and giving one person Google Maps and the other person our application. They were told to navigate the same route that I just showed you. And the person who used Google Maps took this route, while the person who took our application ended up taking this route. What were the results? The person who used Google Maps, it took them 12 minutes to find the shop, and they had to ask 2 people for directions, and they made 3 wrong turns. While the person who was using our application, it took him 6 minutes to find the shop. He didn't ask anyone for direction and didn't make any wrong turns. Thank you, everyone, and feel free to connect me with on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, I would love to have it right now. Thank you so much.